How's it going, everybody? I know that we're in that time window where everyone is just waiting for information on the new hero, so I tried to pick a topic that's interesting for pretty much everyone. I sadly don't have any info on the new hero, so we have to make do with this. It's also not the first time that we talk about executions, and some of the things might not exactly be new. The topic today is about the disparity between heroes when it comes to what they have available for executions. They are not just cosmetics. Many people treat them like that, but we also judge them on their effectiveness in a few categories, and especially new heroes that do not have a lot of them to choose from run into this problem. But before we start, let's quickly talk about today's sponsor. None of you are strangers to Viking jewelry by now, and expect them a few more times this year. High quality jewelry with Viking or generally Norse design, be that earrings, bracelets, pendants, or even their new apparel section. Their shop currently has many discounts going already, and I can give you another 10% on top of all that. Use the code FREEZE10 at the checkout. Maybe a birthday is coming up, maybe an anniversary, or maybe you just want stuff for yourself. Check their website, I'm sure you can find something that'll pique your interest, be it jewelry, t-shirt, or a hoodie. All links down in the video description. You guys know this by now. Alright, back to the execution topic. As I've said, while they are strictly speaking cosmetics, they do have a much larger impact on the game than, let's say, your effect choice. We look at 4 different aspects when judging their efficiency. Kill time, meaning the moment that your target counts as executed, and also the time that you gain your health bonus. Then the overall time, aka when you are back into neutral and can defend or attack again. Then the HP you gain from performing said execution. And the last thing is whether the execution counts as out of lock or in lock. If you're not sure what this means, you can check this video here where I explain the differences and why you should change your in-game settings to not be at an even bigger disadvantage. It is also a common occurrence that executions are being changed in patches. It's usually listed at the very end of the patch notes, and not many people necessarily pay too close attention to this. Recently, Spaniard started making videos about these changes, so check out and subscribe to his channel if you want to stay up to date. We also measured all executions and update the info with new ones, usually within a day or two when new executions are released. I will link to this down below, so bookmark it and have a look at it next time you decide on buying a new execution. I've said this before in the past, but my recommendation is to bind executions the same way on all characters. The fastest one available, the fastest 50 HP one, and then the longest one available for when you want to keep someone dead for as long as possible. And then the 4th slot is whatever you prefer style-wise. For the most part, it doesn't matter whether these are universal ones or unique ones, except for the ones that need to be quick. Because unique ones that do not have the weapon sheathing animation at the beginning are always quicker, and when they are not, then you run into a problem. Well, a minor one, but still a point that can be made. All the heroes that have a plethora of unique ones, quick and slow ones, don't really face an issue here. It's the newer ones with only a handful of uniques. And the perfect example here is Kyoshin. The fastest available one for them for the longest time were the dagger ones that got released in a batch. The quickest 50 HP one is now the icicle one. I'm sure this is not the first time you hear this, but there is one execution for that hero that could very easily be adjusted to not be disadvantaged like that. And that is the Might of the Winds one. At the moment, it kills during the sheathing animation. Whether that is done because of effects popping at that specific timing, or just for the extra anime style points, I don't know. But it does make the execution much worse. If we shifted the actual kill timing to the slash, then this execution would be best in slot. This would make the kill timing around 1.2 seconds instead of 5.5 seconds. The total duration, the whole animation, everything stays the same. With such a simple change, the viability increases by a significant amount. I understand that some might be hesitant buffing it by this much. There are much better executions out there. One of Black Prior's standard executions that doesn't even have to be unlocked, Limb Slicer, kills 200 MS faster. Just trying to give some context here. It might be a big buff for that execution, but it's not an unreasonable one in my opinion. Let's look at a few other characters and their executions where this is very much possible. It won't have as much of an impact on balance as it does on Kyoshin, but having more executions to choose from an efficiency standpoint, well, that's always good. So for one, Shaman's Alpha Blood. You slice their throat and then you wait. And wait and wait. And only at the very end they die. There's no reason to not kill with the slice right away. Then Aramusha's Head Cutter. Getting stabbed through the skull should do the trick. The decapitation is just for funsies. TND's Down to Earth. They die when you pull out the sword. It's not by much, but why aren't they dying when you stick it through their throat? And Warden's Knockout. This one is a peculiar one as it has gotten nerfed. Used to kill at the stab, now it's a slice at the very end. Let me give you another example that showcases that these timings are chosen completely arbitrarily. Orochi's Tobasu does kill on the slash. Might as well be the kick, right? Following the same logic as Warden's. So yeah, I think it's important for executions to fulfill both roles. They are cosmetics first and foremost, but they do have an impact on balance. The timings should be chosen carefully and with consideration of that whole hero's available executions. It will change nothing for players that only buy them because they look cool, but it will have an effect on the players that like to min-max. Feel free to share more executions down below that you think could get a simple timing change. Another topic we can talk about in the future are the poses at the end of executions. Oftentimes they feel very forced and serve absolutely no purpose, and at least in my opinion don't add style points, but rather make you look like a proper twat. It's the edge walking of executions basically. No offense to anyone here obviously, do whatever makes you happy. And then I will judge you for it. To sum things up, executions do play a role in balancing and many can be adjusted extremely easily to fill a better role. I highly doubt that this will cut into execution sales at all. It's definitely not high on the priority list, but it shouldn't be forgotten either. Let me know if you have any pet peeves when it comes to executions. Which ones do you think need changing for better or worse? I hope the video was interesting. Thanks for watching. Latest everybody.